Joya from Joya Kazi. She is a dance reality TV celebrity, internationally acclaimed choreographer, and the creative director of Joya Kazi Unlimited. All of these millennial women have transformed their passions into their careers, and they're here to share their story. Thank you so much, Natasha and Joya. Thumbs up.
I'll go ahead and start. Again, my name is Joya Kazi, and I'm actually originally from the Bay Area. I grew up in Fremont, and I now live and work in Los Angeles. But, my journey into the entertainment industry really started around the age of 4, where for the very first time I saw Michael Jackson's music video, black or white, on MTV late at night. Does everyone know that? Yes. So, I don't know if you remember, but there is a scene where there's an Indian classical dancer. She's an Odissi dancer. And this was a very pivotal time in my life because it was the first time that I saw someone on TV that looked like me. Yeah, she had brown skin, beautiful big eyes, she wore a big bindi, and the way she moved her eyes and her head, I was like, wow, this is amazing, so beautiful, And I just kept watching, and I've always been so enamored by Michael Jackson. And I knew that if I could dance like her, then I could travel the world with Michael, and I could marry him, and my life would be complete, right? But I remember I told my mom that, Mama, I want to dance like that. That's what I want to do. And, at that age, you're not thinking about a career in the entertainment industry, traveling the world, or being a celebrity. You're not thinking about it. My mom took me to my very first dance class, which was for Odissi. I went to the Joya College of Arts, and I began studying Indian classical dance. I grew up as a student in the Indian classical arts and studied Kathak, Odissi, Bharatanatyam, Kuchipudi, Manipuri, Kathakali, but it wasn't until I was 12 that I went to one of the Bollywood superstar shows where you have Shah Rukh Khan, Aishwarya Rai, all these beautiful Bollywood actors, and I just couldn't take my eyes off of the dancers. I was like, Shah Rukh Khan, who? Aishwarya Rai, who? I just saw these beautiful dancers dancing non-stop throughout the show. They were the ones that made the show. They're sweating, they're running back and forth, doing costume changes. There's these gorgeous props. And at that show, my mom said, look in the corner. Do you know who that guy is? It was Shah Davar. For those of you who don't know, Shah Davar is a very well-known celebrity choreographer. He's known for bringing contemporary ballet dance to India. And in that moment, I realized that this can be someone's job. You can travel the world, you can choreograph, you can create, and I didn't realize that all this training that I had could actually amount to something even bigger and something that I could do for the rest of my life. And on that ride home, I told my mom and dad, I want to be a professional choreographer. And of course they're like, okay, yeah, let's go to medical school or law school. And I said, no, I really feel it because I feel in my heart and my mind that I can create, I can listen to music, and I can see movement. I can feel it within me. There's so much in my heart and in my mind that I can give to the world of arts, that this is just exactly what I want to do. And that was my first moment when I knew this is what I meant to do, and that's kind of where I took off from there. My driving force honestly comes down to my mom. For those of you who may know her, Papi Hanabi, she's been a radio journalist for over 30 years. And my mom has always raised me to be incredibly independent from day one. And anything that I had to do in my life was a decision that I had to make on my own. So whether it was like, okay, this morning, what do you want to eat for breakfast? You have option A and option B, but you have to make the decision on your own. Whatever you want to do in your life, you do it. No taboo, nothing is taboo, everything is open for you, but if you're going to make an adult decision, you deal with the adult consequence. The other thing with my mom is that she always raised me to really know my true value. And seeing the struggles that our immigrant parents have had to go through to be able to create a life here where we have access to education, to where I've been able to have access to the best gurus no matter what, where after giving birth to my sister, a month before, my mom used to drive me 2 hours one way to go take a dance class for 3 hours, while breastfeeding my sister in the van, and then driving us back every single weekend to ensure that I learned from the best. These are the kind of sacrifices we think of. And so for me, my number one motivation is making sure that whatever sacrifices my parents have made, especially my mother, and whatever values they've instilled in me, are actually coming into fruition in a certain way. And a little story, for my 16th birthday, my dad bought me a car, and my mom's gift was, you get to go to the mall today with your car, and you're gonna go find a job. And I was like, what? She's like, yeah, go. You're independent, you're intelligent, you can do anything you want with your life. Who's gonna pay for your gas? Who's gonna pay for your insurance? Right? She made sure that I was gonna be the type of kid that would never need to depend on anybody, that didn't have to be the kid that everyone thinks she gets everything from her parents, or will one day grow out to be a woman who gets everything from her husband. And that actually was my driving force. So I went to the mall, I got a job at Abercrombie and Fitch, and I went there first because I said, they don't hire brown girls, so they're gonna hire me today. So I went to Abercrombie, I got that job, and after a few months I was just like, this just feels like I'm wasting my life, and I don't have time to be home and create and choreograph and edit music and do what I really want. So at the age of 16, I started building my business and creating a space where I could get clients, choreograph, perform, travel, and to this day, my number one thing is that when you see what kind of place I live in, what car I drive, what I do with my life, what I've built with my company, no one can tell me she got that from her parents or she got that from her husband, and it's because my mom said, you can do anything. I'm a South Asian female pursuing the arts, trying to make a career out of the entertainment industry. That in itself has been one of the biggest obstacles, and not so much for me, but for the people around me. And when I say around me, I don't mean my parents or my sister, my husband. I mean the community. And it's really interesting that the places that I grew up dancing, the companies that I was a part of, even just community members had a really hard time understanding that somehow Babiha and Sincere are letting their daughter waste her life away just dancing. She just dances. That's it. And that was really hard. And the other thing is that I didn't really have anyone that I could look up to that had gone down this path. And I always think about this, and it's not to in any way belittle what doctors, lawyers, and engineers do, but there is a set path. You know what classes to take, what AP classes to take, what exams to take, what sort of schooling you need to have, where you're going to go for your rotations, your residency, and then eventually get your job. You know what the path is, at least. That's only half the battle, right? There's so much more to put in. But as an artist, even a path that one person has gone down will not necessarily work for you. So you have to completely chart your territory and the way that you're going to go by yourself as you go. So that was very difficult because as you're trying to figure it out, when you don't have anyone that you can look up to, you don't know how to create this, you don't have resources for how to create an entertainment business, how to take, your ability to choreograph and put that on in a music video, in a CD, on a commercial. There's no one to guide you. At one of the Durga Pujas, an uncle was actually yelling at my mom to try to scold her and tell her that she was letting me go astray. Because I was a double major in college. I doubled with political science and theater and dance with an emphasis in choreography and production management, and I minored in managerial economics. So even though I was doing all this, there was never a plan B. And everyone around you wants you to have a plan B. Why? Because you probably won't make it. Okay, but I just thought that, if I have a plan A and a plan B, I won't be putting 100% into anything. And so I will be a lawyer and an artist. So I'd rather do what I want to do, what I set out to do. I saw Michael. I saw what he did. I know what I can do. I started my company when I was 16. Uncle, you're not paying my tuition bills. I am. And I think the beauty of the world now with technology is that you really have any type of access that you want at your your fingertips. So that means reaching out to other company owners or people that you look up to, saying, hey, I just want to come and intern for you. I'm willing to just come work for you for free. Being able to pick and choose the friends that you have around you. Even if you don't have a strong support system around you, you can definitely pick and choose and curate a support system for yourself. I've lived by myself for the last 8 years. My husband and I have been long distance in different states and countries for 8.5 out of 10 years. So, although I have a very supportive husband and very supportive family, I have also had to have been on my own. I've had my share of being in the ER after like 3 months of just running around and shooting and choreographing and not stopping and being randomly in Texas by myself with an IV in my arm and suddenly stopping to think like, wow, what am I doing, And once I got back, then I kind of stopped to be like, who are the people around me? And they were all the kind of guys that really, they really talk up this lifestyle of like, go, kill yourself into the ground, never stopping. And that's, again, a point where I had to stop and say, this is not the type of life that I want to lead. These are not the type of people that I want contributing to my lifestyle. And then again, just picking and choosing from there. So even if you don't have a strong support system, whether it's spouses or family and friends, you can find the mentors that you need to help you go to the next level. And once I figured that out and realized that I'm the fuel that I need to move forward, I was able to move on. But I think with any failure, you have to actually take that and use it as a teaching moment for yourself. I don't look at failures anymore as my failures. It's like, okay, it was a rough draft that didn't quite work. Now what can I fix? What can I do better? And as long as you're framing these moments as a way for you to grow and get better, I don't think you'll ever succumb to the thought that I have failed. I come across a lot of people that are like, well, I just don't know what I'm passionate about. I don't know what I'm really good at. I don't know what to do. Honestly, at that point in time, you need to just stick your foot into everything. Try different things on the weekends, after school, wherever you can. Because the more that you expose yourself to different things, something will click. And if it hasn't clicked yet, you haven't gotten there. So that's like the first thing in terms of how do I figure out what I even want to do? Not everyone is blessed that all of a sudden you're like 4 years old and you're like, that's what I want to do. That's there. And the second part of the question of convincing your parents. It's not so much about talking to your parents over and over and over and over again. Mom and Daddy, this is what I want to do. I want to be a choreographer. I just want to dance. Yeah, Jacqueline is going to one day fly from Bombay to LA to come train with me. You don't know any of that. For me, I said, I'm not going to talk too much about it. I told them once when I was 12, I'm going to be a choreographer. And then I started immediately, as a 12-year-old, I started going and asking teachers if I could assist in their classes. I started teaching my own classes and subbing classes. I started building my business. And then when I was in college, I was like, I'm not going to have to sit and keep persuading my parents. I need to do the work. So that's why at 18, 19, 20, I was working 4 jobs through school. I paid my own tuition. I was going to LA. I was networking. I was trying to audition. I was trying to meet people. And I said, before my 4 years are up, I'm going to have job offers lined up for myself so I can tell my parents that I'm fine. I had a contract offer to assist a choreographer on a national television show. That's really what it is. It's not so much about this. Just get the work done, and then they'll be like, you know what, she's fine. She's able to earn, she's able to handle herself, and she's growing in what it is that she wants to do. Your parents just want you to be okay. Their concern for you makes sense, right, obviously, but you just have to show them that I can stand on my 2 feet, and I can be happy, and I can take care of myself.
Or marry rich.
At that point, too, it becomes difficult because you also don't want your parents to succumb to what people in the community are saying. And my parents have been extremely supportive, which has been great, but you're building something that no one has seen before. So I started off with Joya Kazi Unlimited, which was just classes and teaching, and I relaunched the academy in Los Angeles, and then I grew that to having a professional dance troupe. Then I added an entertainment company and a casting company and a rental dance company. And so now we create for music videos, TV shows, films, commercials, live shows, live productions from here to Bombay. you know, and I just feel like everyone in their journey is going to have different challenges, different obstacles, everyone has a different pain point, but the number one thing that will get you through that is your belief in yourself. There was a time when I was 18, and the people around me just didn't understand what I wanted to do. They just didn't get, how does this girl think that she's going to be like some dancer choreographer? What does that mean? You know, she's so serious about this, about her little dance team. And no one understood, and people actually started telling me that you suck, you're fake, you're too short, you're too ugly, no one's going to take a brown girl in Hollywood, there's no way that you'll ever make it happen. And I started hearing it from everyone around me to the point where I actually started to believe it. So 2 years into college, I was completely broken. I had started the first Indian competitive Bollywood dance team at that university because there was none when I went there. And all of a sudden I felt like everyone thinks that this is a facade and I need to shut this down. I'm going to change my major, I'm just going to go to law school and just do that. And you know, through the tears, I was just thinking like, I've spent my whole life doing this. I've never done anything else. You know, I used to save up my money in between classes, and I would write my 40-page poli-sci papers on the flight to LA to go take class, to go audition, to go network as an 18, 19-year-old, and then come back. And then in all of this, people are telling me that I can't make it. And I remember my mom told me, you know, no one is going to lay out the red carpet for you. You have to get out the car, shut the door yourself, and kick that carpet out. And walk down yourself. And if you don't believe in yourself, no one else will. So my only thing is that no matter what you're going through, having this small faith in yourself, it doesn't matter if you believe in something bigger or not, you have to at least have a belief in yourself that no matter what comes my way is coming to me because I have something in me that I can discover that will get me through this and make me so much bigger and so much better. So I would just leave you with that. No matter what